Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Dak Prescott, big road playoff win. Fired up for this one. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, quick reminder that the Quarterback School Patreon community is really the foundation, the bedrock of this channel. If you're looking to support the channel, if you're looking for even more Quarterback School content, you will love the Quarterback School Patreon community. The link is in the video description. I appreciate you checking it out, supporting the channel. It means a lot to me, so thank you for that. As for this video, let's get into it. Dak Prescott and the Cowboys taking down Brady and the Bucks. First one here, big play action up top. First of all, that's formation screams throwing outside the numbers to me. Maybe it's just me. But right here, we got a little lowercase anticipation from Prescott. You know, that ball comes out maybe a little bit higher than he would love. I'll talk about exactly how and what I'm talking about here. So at the top of this thing, off this little play fake. Great, come back, hit that back foot. Now, we're going to talk about a few things. When he lets this deep comeback go, to me, the ball comes out, and this is going to seem super picky, all right? Deal with it. A little bit with more trajectory than you would love, as opposed to, I think, some of the premier guys in the league, which are, a little bit more lasery, flat trajectory on these types of outside the numbers throws. So, okay, that's great, Captain Obvious. How do we get there? Well, we get there, to me, my opinion, the back of his footwork, and this isn't like a new thing, this is just an example of it. A lot of guys who have a little bit more power will have a little bit stronger base, less heel clicky, so you don't see these feet come together at all at the top. So you be the judge here. Now, I think he could get it out a little bit earlier if he got away from the heel clicky. I think it could also be more powerful. So when all your cleats are up in the air, your feet are off the ground, you got no chance to generate power from there. Then you got to come sink back into it and let it go, and now he's already out of the route, so he's going to be waiting on that ball. So at the top of this drop, great. I love it right there. Stay there, loaded, hips down. Throw from there as opposed to popping up. Now we throw the ball, and now the wide receiver's got to wait on it, in the air this time. But it's still a big pickup. Okay, so it can be both things. Don't freak the hell out. He can make these throws, and I think he can make them better. Next one here, touchdown pass. This is really 3 double moves. Okay, so we get there a little unique way, but we're going to end up having essentially 2 stick nods and a little stutter go up top. This is an outstanding job from Dak Prescott, moving the middle field player. Number 26, bottom middle of the screen. Watch the helmet stripe, hold it to our right, rip it to the left. Now it helps to have great pass protection, guys running wide ass open. But concept-wise, what am I talking about? Scheme-wise here. When I'm saying eventually 3 double moves, we're going to talk about what I'm going to call stick nods. Right here, that's the stick nod. Here's where the touchdown goes on the same type of route. And then up top, we're going to get what I'm going to call a little stutter go. Okay, hitch and go, whatever. These are the 3 double moves. If I'm guessing, okay, and I learned professional offense from Mike McCarthy, I'm going to guess that he's going to read this thing closed. We're going to work the seams. Open. Okay, if it's going to be open, we're going to read off this safety up top. So there would be a safety up top, either quarters or half, and we would try to get a 2-on-1 inside out. But because it's what? It's closed, right? So it's closed. We're going to look off this middle field player, take him wherever he wants to go, come back and rip this big seam, essentially a seam shot, but off a double move. So awesome construction, understanding why and how we're getting there. And then you've got kind of the sit as the check down. But Dak Prescott wise here, really nice job. Watch the helmet stripe. Hold that thing to our right, rip it. Wide open, big touchdown. Love it. Next one here, 2nd and 7 from the 7. We're going to run speed option to the bottom. And we're going to read number 96. Now, I think you've got some structural choices. Okay, you're going to run the quarterback, fine. You're going to run the quarterback in the tight-ish red area. I'm all for it. I don't love this type of run for a few different reasons. The one thing I do love is that most defensive teams' edges don't really know how to play the option because you got to spend significant time in the option world, in my opinion, defending it to have a real chance. This is who we're optioning. Okay, so this is essentially the conflict defender, just not an RPO speed option. What we're going to do here, a few things. The right guard, to me, takes an L, and then the inline tight end takes an L. So what we're trying to do here is get up and essentially double team up to the linebacker type. Then the guy who's got the tough block here, the inline tight end, he's got to get skinny, get up, and then get up on this linebacker type. Now, if both these blocks were made, then it would be a collision right here. Probably right on the 2, and it'd probably be a touchdown. What happens here is the conflict defender does a decent job of stringing this thing out, making it difficult for him, not making it a clean read, where he just hard charges the quarterback and you pitch it to the back and he walks in. So that's the first part, the squeezing this thing out, and then the missed blocks. So the right guard got to do a better job being able to handle that interior player, and then the tight end can't take an L at the goal line. So we'll watch it from the back. First, pretend like you're playing quarterback. We're reading that edge defender, 96. See him stretch it out, and Dak's doing a decent job of like pump faking. Take it. Okay, now let's go back and watch the right guard, right tackle, 70-71. Right there, you would love to be able to secure that block. 77, give us something more than a hand on the shoulder, strike him, and then get up to 45. So strike him and get up. 70 L right there, right? So we're losing. Tough. That's a lot of defender to be able to see right there. Now let's go back and watch the tight end, 87. So 87's got to come in and up. Now that's a tough block. He kind of gets engaged, out of balance right there. 54 does a nice job putting his hands on him, striking him, and then getting him off of him. But he's never in balance. He's never taken it to him. And that's a big collision for your quarterback. So that's what I'm saying when you're saying, hey, we're making choices in the quarterback run game. Where are we running the quarterback? What type of hits is he taking? And this to me is a big hit. And when you roll off of it, you got the capacity to get crushed by the cavalry too. 4th and 1 though, beautiful touchdown pass. Love this design. Shift, motion, nice fake. Could certainly throw it, walk it in, take no risk. I'm probably going to throw it because I'm a stack guy. But right here, love it. Play it safe, play it professional. Obviously, everybody's open. Nice little deke there at the end as well. But notice the design. Show shift. So we're totally balanced right here. 11 on 11, you got to be balanced. They're balanced. Motion. Now they're going to be confused. Who's got who in the zoo up top? Nobody. Nobody's got contained. No one's got the tight end. Walk in. So certainly some bad defense. Some awesome offensive design. Execution. Love it. Easy. Next one here, 1st and 10. Little 4 verts. We're going to hit the seam up top versus Tampa 2. This is a pitcher read. Tampa 2, you're going to go away from the mic. So the mic turns to the field or to the back. You're going to work the seam or the 2-on-1 on the safety away from the mic. So watch 45. He's going to turn to the back. As soon as he turns, we're working the left. Now it helps when it's open like this. Nice, clean, easy read. But again, I really love the efficiency and the decisiveness that Dak is playing with right here. This is almost a kind of mini camp-ish look. Pretty rare in my opinion to get this clean of a look in the league. There's the 2 shell. Here's the middle field player, that Tampa Mike. He's going to usually turn to the field, the wide side, or to the back. It's just kind of a pre-snap understanding that just about every quarterback has. So as soon as you confirm this turn, then you're essentially working the seam to the outside best release go up top, trying to put a 2-on-1 on this safety. So it's that fast. Now, if he was to turn the other way, you would just flip it and come down here and work this seam to the best release outside go. So watch that mic. Watch how fast he's able to kind of decipher where to go with it, where's going to be the opening, and there it is. Love it. Outstanding rep from Prescott. Great job working this 4 verticals. Hits that back foot in time, in rhythm, accurate down the field. Love it. Next one here, 3rd and 6. A little scramble for a 1st down. You're going to catch some iteration of man match brackets here. No one's on the quarterback. Okay, you don't have to be a defensive guru to realize you see defenders running with every single route. You see a linebacker matched up on the back. Some iteration of man match. No one's got the quarterback usually, and Dak does have this ability. This is what a healthy, thriving Cowboys offense looks like to me. He's got to be able to do this, and we'll certainly have to be able to do this versus the 49ers to keep these drives going. Because sometimes there isn't anything there. It's muddy. It's messy. You can see here, it doesn't really matter, at the snap, Oftentimes they'll be like, how often do you know exactly what the coverage is? You don't have to know exactly what the coverage is playing quarterback all the time. If you understand the structures, split field coverage. Okay, this to me sure looks like brackets right away. He's outside the number 2. They're communicating. As soon as he moves outside the number 3 and they're trying to funnel essentially the number 3 to the backside weak safety, this to me is essentially, I'll do it color coordinated for all us quick learners. This is going to happen, and then this is going to happen. These two right here. And then we've got one-on-ones everywhere else. So you essentially either need to find the one-on-ones or you got to have the ability to run it. Okay, because it's going to be pretty hard to beat that combo coverage, those double teams based off leverage and where they're coming from. So nothing there. Go get it. Be decisive. Get downhill. Go get a first. Over the top. Love it. Contagious. Your teammates love to see it. Certainly helps your play caller and protects your play caller to be able to create like this. But not be indecisive. Not throw the ball up for grabs. Make good decisions. Go get a first. Next one, 2nd and 15. This time we're in empty, and we're going to essentially get 4 verticals. We're going to hit another seam, this time to the number 3 versus middle field open. Now this to me is a tougher look because I'm going to check this as more quarters-y than Tampa 2-y. And what I mean by that is it's still split field coverage, still middle field open. But he's able to, I always think of throwing seams versus quarters as significantly more difficult than versus Tampa 2. So pre-snap shell. Okay? Everybody loves some shell defense. Okay? If you get the joke, you get the joke. Okay? This to me looks more quarters-y than Tampa 2-y. So immediately, if I'm playing quarterback, I'm thinking check down, bro. Quarters, not my favorite look to throw seams. And they get there a little bit unique. Okay? This is why I'm saying the bones of 4 verticals here. That's the 4 verticals. And then this kind of number 1 down here at the bottom, running an under. Shallow kind of operates as the check down. So if you're going to say, hey, pick a side, right? It's split field coverage. So pick a side and work it inside out. But really, it's almost, hey, do you like this matchup on the outside? If you don't, let's check it down is how I normally play this. A little nuanced here versus empty. But he likes this space. I mean, the one thing I will say is that the safety is outside the number 3, right? So he's outside this number 3 eligible here. So if you can get past that second level of defense, you don't get rerouted right here. You've got an opportunity for space. Just a really nice job all the way around. Again, I love the fact that they get back to 4 verticals in a little bit of a unique way. Nice job from Dak. Again, in rhythm, ripping it down the field, being accurate with his ball control, being decisive, taking advantage of what that coverage shell is, knowing where he wants to go, and delivering it. It's a big-time hit. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. It lets you know when we go live, when we put out new content. I appreciate the support for the channel. Again, the Quarterback School Patreon community, you know about it. Never been cheaper, never been more content available over there. Get over there, join, become a member. I appreciate it. In addition, we've got Quarterback School courses, really the premium content available through the channel. Got all sorts of different courses on RPOs, pass protection, tempos, how to beat every coverage, even an entire offensive framework. So if you're interested in elevating your game, getting the premium content, check out the Quarterback School courses. And then finally, we've got a bunch of additional free resources available. We've got a play calling tool. We've got a Pass Pro Quiz. We even have a free course available on the passing quick game. So if you're interested in any and all of those resources, check them all out in the video description. As for this one, let's get back to the video. Next one here, touchdown pass. We'll scramble to the left. To get going, though, we're going to try to hit the number 2 at the bottom of the screen here on a little short in and up. See a lot of teams run this. To me, we'll talk about that route and how it can get better. But this is a great job from Dak Prescott. Getting outside the pocket, creating, making a good decision, being decisive, not forcing something down the field. It's not there. You can tell he's working the right. No, got to go. Vision, accuracy, little flip. Going to your left, throwing right. Hell yes. This is Dak at his best for me. Decisive, clean, touchdown, playmaker. So what are we trying to do here? We see iterations of this where you're going to get some iteration of corner and then what it should look like up, in, and attacking. And we're trying to attack middle field open. And trying to get a one-on-one kind of with this linebacker type coming downhill. In fact, I think I did one of these plays either earlier this week or last week. Now, it's usually paired with some iteration of trying to get that safety out up top as well. So in there and out with either a corner or a post. But details here, a few things. This route to me is not good enough. This is more like banana-y and like, crappy essy versus, hey, run this to win. So run this first short in like you'd win, like you're trying to win to get the ball. Sharp, in, sharp, get the sound effects going like you're a real wide receiver. Then hit it vertical. So you can see the difference here is just as far as the suddenness, the change of direction. And then if you don't like it, the one at the bottom of the screen is a potential option or something up top coming back into your vision. But again, look at that route by the number 2. La 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 la, not there. Now I'm not sure it was going to be there regardless, but the route, not good enough. But that playmaking ability, the creativeness, the decisiveness, the little flick going to your left, a lot to like. I just like that he didn't force it. He didn't wait, not taking a sack, get out, make a good decision, create. It's a hell of a play. Next one here, third quarter, a little switch, all go to the bottom. This is a straight up dot to the number 2. The inverted wing, love the base, the timing, the accuracy, the rhythm of this play. This is simply outstanding. This is as good as it gets for me and Dak. Okay, the rhythm, great base, decisive, got a dude right in his face. Right? Looks like we take an L. He's somewhere. They can't pass off the stunt. And that is right on the money. Catches it twice just to make sure. So scheme-wise here, what am I talking about? I'm talking about this inverted wing. We're going to get seam, and then we're going to get, which is essentially just a switch go. Call it a wheel too, whatever you want here, out here. Okay? And he's not necessarily open. He's thrown open. But pay attention to Dak's footwork here at the back. Boom, back foot in the ground. Great base, no heel click. Comes out on time, in rhythm, decisive, and the ball location is outstanding. Boom. Maybe he could be lined up to the left a little bit more. He's more lined up just off the hash there. Almost like he's lined up like he's throwing the inside guy, so I'm not mad at it. Boom. Right in rhythm with the hitch. All his cleats in the ground. Great trajectory, and that is a dot. That is outstanding. That is great offense beating great coverage. And that's not an easy coverage. That linebacker can roll right on him. Love it. Big chunk. Next one here, 3rd and 4. We hit the number 3 up top versus 0. Yeah, this is too easy. And this is a great job from the running back, coming across, chopping. But this is what happens when you try to go 0, but you have no green dog. No green dog, no problem. And what I mean by that is you got to add on if your guy blocks to be able to create that +1 for the quarterback, or else it doesn't matter. Now, I will also say that this to me shows just a tick of the limitations on what I think of when I think of Dak's game. Okay, so first of all, it's a great play. Let's acknowledge what it is. This little over, big hit versus 0. There's nobody in the middle of the field, right? We got a great opportunity here. The best parts of this thing for me are the back. So we're coming all the way across, and we are cutting the outside quad, okay, of the edge defender. Now, it helps when it's a littler linebacker type. You definitely don't want your back cutting edge defenders very often when you're doing drop back in the NFL. And it's not high school. But when I'm talking about no green dog, no problem, is they only have 6 potential rushers here, right? 5 at the line of scrimmage, linebacker type right here. We've got 6 in the pass pro unit, 5 offensive linemen, and the back. So to make this a true 0, we got issues problem, whichever one of these 2 defenders has the back, and we'll say it's this one, he needs to be much closer to the line of scrimmage, and as soon as he feels this back block, he's got to add on, and that is the unblocked player. If he's not going to do that, if they're going to try to pass off the tight end in 0, to me, that's a little LOL defense-wise, because now we can block it up. Yeah, they're all one-on-one blocks. We can hold on long enough to hit stuff like this. You shouldn't be able to hit stuff like this versus true 0. So you're kind of doing 0, but you're not taking advantage of the quarterback having to get the ball out quickly. I mean, shoot, he's 2 or 3 hitching, and he's not getting hit. I mean, that's putting your DBs in rough spots. And when I say a little bit of what I'm used to calling Dak's kind of deficiencies, the ball control, this probably should be a touchdown, okay, or at least a catch make that guy miss, someone tackles you from behind. Instead of a catch, the ball's good enough, and you can make the argument maybe he's got to stay on his feet there, but it's a little bit too much out in front of him, and he tumbles. So just that little difference with the accuracy, the elite quarterback, you hit that guy in stride, that's a touchdown opportunity. Now, it's still great, it's still a big chunk, but it's not world class, and that's the difference. Next one here, touchdown to the bottom. Love the play call, 2nd and 2. Fake the reverse. Great job being able to come out of this thing on a little slingshot route to the bottom. Okay, always love seeing DBs pound the ground. Warms my heart. Okay, again, great pass protection, nice design, really nice job from the wide receiver staying in bounds more than anything else. Watch this thing at the bottom of the screen. You're able to kind of come in here, hit this thing. You're really selling this over, and then you got to put your foot in the ground, spin out of it. Again, I talk about it a lot. Best, in my opinion, to use the top of the logo as the landmark and not get close to the running out of bounds. But this is as close as you'll ever see to someone kind of running out of bounds, being able to stay in bounds. And I think this throw is impressive because he's got guys in his face. He's got to do a little bit of a fadeaway, and that ball damn near is touched. Love it. Pound the ground. Fake, fake. Buy some time, buy some time. You know, we're bailing away to our left, and then watch this ball location. I mean, I don't even know if he should catch it necessarily defender-wise here, but he should definitely get his hand on it, right? It goes through his hands. Big play, touchdown, love it. Next one here, 3rd and 1. I personally love this RPO. This is zone read, and we're going to get a little flat to the tight end, whether you call this spear or arrow, whatever. But to me, this is kind of where the league is at and where I think good offenses are at in short yardage situations. You don't just get in a phone booth and run the rock anymore. It's true zone read, so we're reading 98. He's the unblocked conflict defender, first level conflict defender. We've got the zone read element, the dive. Okay, this is just spread, triple option, the dive. We've got the quarterback run if we want it. And then we've got the pitch right here is running a flat. And we have a wide receiver out here who you can't see on the screen. He's coming in and trying to make this guy bubble over the top of him. So if he bubbles over the top of him, we've got the first down for sure. So it just puts significant stress, in the box and horizontally on a defense. You can see that wide receiver come in. Watch 32 on the right of the screen. He's got a bubble over, and we got it. That's a first down. That's outstanding design, architecture, execution, play calling. Okay, it's 3rd and short. 3rd and 1, we got a potential to throw it. Now watch the wide receiver at the bottom. He's coming in, make him bubble. There it is. Just that little bubble. I mean, it's this subtle, but this important to be able to say, get in there. You don't have to, debo him. You don't have to get a pick rub call. You don't have to get a penalty. You just have to make him go around you. You make him go around you, and then he cannot tackle this flat for a TFL. It's a first down. We catch it. We fall forward. First down. I love it. This is short yardage 2023 style. Outstanding. So much stress on a defense. Again, watch how quickly Dak operates this thing. Read 98. No, flip. Just excellent decision making. Nice decisive throw. Love it. Next one here. This is probably my favorite play from this game for Dak. Okay, 3rd and 6. He's going to see 4 weak here. In fact, he's going to point it out to the bottom of the screen. We're going to hit a slant. This is a little bit of old school time warpy football, but watch Dak Prescott point him out. So he sees 32 walking down. All right, we see the finger up, pointing to everybody in the stadium. This guy right here, okay, he's got the potential to blitz. Now, is this slant called or is it a side adjust? Only they know. I'm going to pretend like it's a side adjust. So for me, the hot side is over here. The side adjust side is to the back side. Okay, he sees the side adjust, he communicates it, and they hit it for a nice little chunk. It's just outstanding football. This is quarterbacking at a really high level, making it look easy, communicating, decisive, balls on him, nothing too complicated. It's just throwing a slant, but how he gets there matters. Again, one more time, just appreciate the point, y'all. He sees it, he communicates it. 4 weak, the back is blocking the linebacker. The DB type down here at the bottom is free. Okay, so he is a free runner right here. You got to be able to sit in there, hang tight, and deliver this slant on time in this window. And there is a window there because they voided the area with the 4 week. Just a great job. Just it literally makes me happy to see quarterbacks operate this efficiently in meaningful football situations. Love it. From the back, I think it's even more impressive. Point, got you 32, side adjust, ball out, on him. Love it. Next one here, last touchdown pass, 4th and 3. Obviously, outstanding design. We're going to hit the wheel to the number 3 up top. Tampa Bay up top the corner, and the DB type, they've obviously got a miscommunication about who's who in the zoo, who you taking, who I'm taking, and that's wide open. That's crazy easy. Again, the decision to go for it on 4th and 3, what they're doing with it, taking a shot down the field. I really love the design here of this play. I'll talk through all the details of it right here. It starts with a shift. So you start in essentially bunch. Okay, this to me is a bunch formation up top, guy on the line of scrimmage. We then shift to kind of a condensed 3-by-1. So 1, 2, 3. When we shift, watch the stress. You wouldn't think that would put a whole lot of stress on a defense, but watch the stress up here with the corner and the DB type. What are we doing? Who we taking? And we've got another DB over here. These two are communicating. Okay, we want you to press. Okay, you press and lock this guy. Okay, now are we banjoing this? Are we in and outing 2 and 3? What are we doing? Whatever we're doing, we don't communicate it very well because the guy's wide ass open. So when we shift here, come all the way out. Here's number 3 on the wheel for the walk-in touchdown. If it wasn't there, it sure looks like this shallow is going to be there as well. So they're almost running like some iteration of mesh coming across. So instead of mesh rail, it's mesh wheel from the number 3. Just an outstanding job. Watch the corner up top, communicate 32 or safety type. You take him, I got him. What? Uh-oh, I don't feel comfortable out here. Oh God, 24, can't believe it. Watch 24 at the bottom of the screen. He is covering the number 2 up top. Jump. Ah, damn. I mean, just miscommunication all over the place. Awesome offensive architecture. If it wasn't there, though, you see the 13 coming across here. So everything would be left to right. Whoop. Wide open, big win. Love it. So that is a wrap. Big road playoff win for Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. I think for me, a lot of this game was Dak Prescott playing at his best, bouncing back from a rough performance to be able to come in and have this kind of solid performance where he's able to do what he does best, make some plays, use his feet to create, be decisive from within the pocket, and when he gets the ball out on time and in rhythm, can drive and create chunks down the field. Now, I still think that some of the consistent elements that kind of bleed into some inconsistency in his game, as far as footwork, as far as maybe being a little toesy, as far as not necessarily being able to get the ball where he wants with the ball control and the accuracy that you see some of the elite guys consistently be able to do. I think you can see the evidence on the film as to why maybe that is, but that doesn't take anything away from the offensive architecture, the structure, creating some big play opportunities, what they do in the run game, his ability to create when there's nothing there, and when he does stay in rhythm, when he does have that footwork somewhat locked in at the back end, I think he can be a consistent guy to drive the ball down the field. Now, we'll see what it looks like week in and week out as we keep going through the playoffs. But that wild card weekend, playing at a really high level, big road win, really fun to see for Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.